All right, we going? Hold on. Everyone hold on. Bob isn't ready. I am ready. The two guests are ready. But Bob, the fellow co-host, is not ready. So we shall wait.
Red leather, yellow leather.
We shall wait until Bob is ready. Bob's Big Bean. Bob
buys bicycles by Baltimore.
Why does he do that?
Oh, hey guys, welcome to the Nontendo Podcast. This is episode 7. How you doing? We just got done with the convention and we have guests today again. Hi.
You probably shouldn't put a number on it.
God,
because for
I
one,
thought I did a good intro.
For one, I don't think
usually do the intro.
I don't think it even is episode 7.
Does it?
I don't think it even is episode 7.
Yeah, no, it would be 8 or 9.
And because we're talking about the fact that
no,
It'd be 7 or 8.
no, 7 just happened.
All right,
No,
all right,
7,
all right,
8,
here's
9.
There might be a Nintendo Direct, and Bob and I have talked about doing an emergency episode.
We already dated the podcast.
Yes.
I ruined everything.
You did.
We just did a convention, and we're here again with more people. Jordan,
We're a
how
little
you doing?
frazzled.
And Kim, everybody knows Kim.
Yes. So we have Jordan Fringe from
Jordan has been at
I was trying to say the
2
YouTube
podcasts
channel.
already. 3?
I have so
This
many
is your
podcasts.
3rd or 4th?
This
I
will be
can't
my
do numbers.
4th.
Forget the whole thing.
Well, do we count that Too Many Games panel? Because I saw
Yeah, that's one.
We've never
I saw
started an episode over, but I'm feeling it's getting real close to happening. Jordan Fringe from the YouTube channel, Jordan Fringe, and also you are on the podcast, Spawncast.
Correct.
You also have your own podcast, which is called...
the Shadowless Podcast. It's a Pokemon-based podcast.
We talked about having you on our Pokemon episode, but you're still
And
here
here we
after
are.
the weekend, so we decided to have you on. And Kim, you just happened to be in the house today.
I live here, so
we
hi.
kind of just threw you in the mix.
I came
because-
downstairs. That was my trip.
Yeah, because we love you.
Sick.
Well, I love you.
A lot of traffic.
Oh,
I
you
kinda
gotta
hope they
clarify
love
just
you.
in case.
you
but
spoke
in-
for us, but
but
we
in-
love her also.
But in a different way, hopefully.
I assume so. Yes.
Maybe you should start this one.
No. We're going. So today we're gonna do something a little different. I think I don't know exactly what we want to call the topic, but mostly because Jordan bought something stupid, we decided to talk about rare Nintendo stuff.
Yeah, so we went to a convention called Too Many Games, which is basically just a giant flea market of retro stuff, and we all did a lot of shopping around. And we're sitting in front of a giant game collection. Yeah. We're all big game collectors. I like talking about retro stuff. Mm-hmm. So any opportunity to do that is good.
We are all big game collectors, except you don't really collect for Switch.
No.
And you always make fun
all,
of me.
all my Switch games are digital.
Yeah.
I have I tell everybody I try to be digital, and then they get mad at me when I have a physical box.
It is funny how we are the same but so different in so many ways, and this is another one where from the beginning of this generation I was like, I want to buy every single Switch game I can, and this was the first generation you decided I want everything digital. I do not want a physical card.
But then sometimes I just end up getting physical stuff because that's how I can get
it's
it
so much
early
cooler
in
and
some
nicer,
way.
and it's great to just hold it in your hand.
Sometimes I can get it earlier that way if I buy it from like a mom and pop shop that just breaks street date or something. So I end up getting a bunch of the popular stuff, the physical.
What about you, Jordan? Do you buy physical or digital mostly?
Mostly physical. There's been a few times where I didn't have another option, so I just went digital, but then I eventually get the physical.
Yeah,
still.
I do that all the time.
So like with the new Pokemon, the last few generations of Pokemon games, like I'll have the dual pack, but it's shipping, and I want to play it immediately. So I'll still buy one of the two digitally first to
How
play it right
often
away.
would you say you double dip on a digital and a physical media?
Probably anytime I buy something digital, I'll also get a physical.
Yeah.
I do it too sometimes. If I buy a physical, I'll try to get it digital because I don't want to have to take the cart around with me.
Wow, you do it backwards.
I do it backwards, yeah.
That's crazy.
Are you okay?
And I'll give the physical to somebody, or I'll give it away on Twitch or something.
Yeah, I was gonna
that's
say
nice.
because I stream now, and I usually like trying to stream the game first. I'll buy it from the Australian eShop a day early, stream it, but then I still want to buy it. So the next day I'll go and buy the game. But it works out sometimes because Kim loves playing games too.
Yeah.
And if you happen to have interest in the game, then you just get the physical version.
Yeah,
You
I
don't have
just
to
swipe
buy
it from the shelf over there. That's my store.
Yeah,
That's where I
this is
shop.
Kim's GameStop behind her here.
Must
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah,
It is.
It is.
It's very
nice
nice.
for both of us. I mean, I write it all off on taxes. It's good.
It works.
People think writing off on taxes means you just get money back.
No, yeah. Well, you kind of do, but not all of it.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
get-
like it's a free game.
No.
You get like a little bit of the tax that you
You
spend
get a little
back.
bit. You get like 20 to 30% back.
Mm-hmm.
But we're
What of the tax? You're not getting all that on the whole purchase that you made.
you kind of do.
I don't think no.
You kind of do. Yeah.
How
you
do
ki-
taxes
you
work?
kind of do.
How
You
do
kinda
taxes
do. You
work?
kinda
I
do.
need help.
Well, the
Why
bishop-
did I spend so
I
much?
should know.
We're adults now.
The
I
reason
hate
why
it.
writing off a
It's
lot
scary.
on
I feel
tax
like
is
one.
good
Yeah.
mostly is because it lowers your taxable income.
It adds up. It adds up.
So the thing, no, here's the thing. Let's talk about taxes.
Okay, all right.
Let's say you make like $100,000 a year, right?
That'd be great.
It would be great. If you could tax write off like 20 grand worth of stuff, you only pay taxes on 80 grand, which can push you into a lower tax bracket, which means you
Right.
pay less percent
Right.
on
That is correct.
everything.
How do we just evade taxes? How do
Right.
we all
Here's-
commit tax fraud?
There's actually a really
I have
good
a
way of
theory.
doing
Teach everybody
that.
how to
There's a
commit
really
tax
good way of
fraud.
doing that. So come tax time, don't talk to an accountant, don't go to H&R Block,
Right.
don't even mention taxes,
Yeah.
and then hope you don't get caught.
Cool.
No,
so that's a
here's-
lesson for everybody who's watching.
No, the one real way, I've thought about this a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because the government can't take on everyone all at once. So if everyone collectively said, we're not paying taxes, they can't arrest us all.
All right, guys. Here's
We're
the
going to
plan.
start it here on the Nontendo Podcast. No taxes in 2023.
No, please don't come.
Pay your
back to us.
taxes, pay your taxes, pay your taxes.
If
We're
you-
not-
if you
if
want
you
to.
don't pay your taxes, we're not there with you. We do not have your back.
Do you have any? What's some of the stuff that you have here that's like a big find for you? Because you have a lot of like rare Switch. You have the most Switch stuff I've ever seen in one place, and I've
Yeah.
been to GameStop.
For a long time, I honestly do feel like I had the largest Switch collection. Over the last year or two, I'd say I definitely slowed down, and there are people who have definitely surpassed me. A big thing that really killed it for me was I stopped getting all the limited run stuff because it was just I love it,
They
but
made
it
a
was
lot.
getting crazy. So I know a lot of people have kept up with that. The funny thing is, I've never like bought a Switch thing that's really expensive. I've just bought it all as it comes out, and then a lot of it becomes really valuable. I'd say something I acquired recently, thanks to Steven, who you met this weekend, sent me that Disney Tsum Tsum Switch that's up there, which is the rarest Nintendo Switch you can find.
I didn't know that.
It's a Japan exclusive Disney themed Switch. The little home button is a Mickey Mouse face.
Do you know when it came out?
It was
When
a
the game
couple
came
years
out?
back, 2 or 3 years ago, when
It
the
came
game
out
came
with
out.
the game, and
yeah.
the game was
I think I was
terrible.
in
Apparently,
Japan when
Yeah.
that was coming out.
We were in Japan
Yeah.
and we saw it.
we
And
saw
Kim-
it.
think I
I
went
told you
right
you
after
should get
you
it.
did.
Yeah, Kim
Yeah.
said to buy it, but I think it was still expensive then, like several
No,
hundred.
it was about it was less than the Dragon
wasn't
Quest
1,000.
one. No, it was less than the
You got
Dragon
that
Quest one.
instead.
What one?
Did you get the
Yeah, we
Dragon
got the
Quest?
Dragon,
The Dragon
Quest one.
You got lucky. That dude returned it like a second before we came into the store, and it was brand new. Everything was still like in the plastic.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Where did you get it from?
Japan.
Oh, you got it from
Yeah,
Japan.
we got
Okay.
it in Akihabara.
Akihabara.
Sorry, I haven't been there in a minute. I haven't been there in a hot minute. Sorry, why are you laughing? You didn't know.
I know.
Okay, well, you probably did. Yeah, we got it there. That's a fun story, but it was in the vlog. The whole 3 weeks we were there, I was looking for that Dragon Quest
Yeah.
Switch. It's the thing I
You
wanted.
were on a Dragon
And
Quest.
then last
some would
day-
say.
I was on a Dragon Quest. The last day, the last hour, we checked one more store, which
Yeah.
we already
It was like
checked
10
a few
o'clock at
times.
night. Yeah.
They were about to close. Someone had literally just traded it in.
Yeah.
They hadn't even gone through it and valued it and given it a
No,
price
he
yet.
walked out as we walked
So
in.
they were like, if you give us like 10, 20 minutes, well, I say they said that. They were like trying to communicate it to me, and I had no clue what they were saying, but I got the hang of it. And I walked back 20 minutes later, and they were like, will you do this? And I don't even remember what it was. It's in the vlog.
Yeah.
But I was like, yes.
Yeah.
When I went to Akihabara too, and I was on the hunt for some rare finds, and I noticed that they had a lot of great stuff, but it was all like similar prices to like what we can just buy on eBay. Like
And
the
places
Japanese
like
stuff too.
Play Asia
I
is
think
really good for that.
Play Asia is great for some of the modern stuff.
Yeah.
But like the retro stuff, you can just find it on eBay. The problem is you're not there, you don't know the quality and whatever. But I think the whole thing with Akihabara is they know it's like a tourist trap, and they know you're coming for the games, and they know they can charge a lot for it. So I've heard some people say that there's places in Kyoto that are a little more similar to Akihabara that are a little bit cheaper. I didn't get a chance to go to all that stuff, but I bought a couple things. I think I bought Super Back to the Future because there's a lot of Back to the Future games and they're all trash. but Super Back to the Future, the Japanese only one, is freaking awesome. It's like a Sonic game.
Sonic games are awesome.
Oh, we're gonna do that? Let's make the whole podcast about that.
Don't upset our fans, please. Don't.
I do it on the Spawncast enough.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you not like a single Sonic game? Well, just real quick.
The Adventure Battle 2 on the GameCube.
You like that one?
That was
Yeah.
I like that one.
Chow Garden.
I like that one. It was good for about 2 years until it became immediately dated.
the
But it was
Chow
very
Garden.
Chow Garden.
Yeah, that
Chow
was my
Garden's great.
favorite. That's
Yeah.
all I would
Yeah.
play. I
You
would
didn't like
just play
Sonic
in there.
3?
Because it was actually fun.
Yeah, it was
No.
cute.
You're
Liked
stupid.
it.
So they have a hard time making Sonic's fun outside of the 2D. I think it's funny that
Now
that
they
game
do.
was so good because of the Chow Garden, which
Yes.
has nothing to do with Sonic.
Absolutely
Yeah,
nothing.
well, maybe they need to reconsider the games they're making.
Yeah.
They definitely do.
I would
You-
take a
if
whole
you-
game based on the Chow Garden.
Just
Dude,
release
yeah.
a Chow Garden game,
On the phone.
bestseller.
What if
No.
On the phone.
Well,
yeah.
actually, even then, yes, I'll take it. It's
what
something.
if Frontiers had a Chow Garden?
It could.
Ooh, that's
It
a
would
10
be
out of
good.
10 seller.
What if they
right
did a
there.
colors
10
garden? The little color guys.
The who?
The colors, Sonic colors.
Oh yeah.
Well,
The
I
Wisps.
forgot what they're called. The Wisps.
Yeah.
What if they did like that?
No, I want Chows.
Yeah, Chow's are way
Can't
cuter.
stray from it.
No, I can't
It
stray
was like
from
a
it.
little mini Pokemon game.
It really
Yeah.
was, because then you could breed like the rare ones.
I
And
always
you can
made
take
a
them
little.
and throw them against the wall 1,000 times until they become evil.
Yeah, I like making the evil Chows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But yeah, as far as like the rest of my stuff over there, I collect because I like having the stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like keep track of the values or anything. The last thing, I pulled it aside and then put it behind the couch because I'm an idiot. But the last thing I really bought that was like super expensive was this. I'm gonna go get it now.
Oh, just like a break time.
Is this like a hard cut right here? Is like
Are
all
we
this being
supposed to
cut
pay
out?
for this?
But you can keep it
Are
going.
we
I like the
vibing?
Celeste collectors thing. I didn't see that. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know that
This is
existed.
strawberry.
Yeah.
I want this strawberry.
It's cool.
You could
I
buy
don't
it.
even like strawberries. I mean, I'll
Celeste-
eat it if you
The
can.
they're
Celeste
fine.
was
I've got
limited
nothing
run.
against them.
There's a lot of really cool collector's editions though that come out on
Oh, yeah. We have that at the studio.
Yeah.
has that.
on Fan Gamer, which a lot of people don't know about Fan Gamer, but that's where like the Undertale Collector's Edition comes from, which is really sick. Anyway, this thing, the Panasonic Q.
I am nervous for you manhandling that thing.
Oh, it's traveled with me. I bought it in Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I put it in a suitcase and took it back to Australia, and I put it back in a suitcase, and it's been with me from back to Seattle and Vancouver and every move that we've ever
Yeah.
done.
I love that thing. It looks.
It's so
It is
It is
awesome.
gorgeous.
Velocity.
This was my holy grail item. I feel like it's one of them things that was unknown about when I bought it, but now everyone kind of knows.
Yeah.
It's also been so long since I like wanted it and knew the history of it, but it was a Japan exclusive thing, I'm pretty sure. It was because Panasonic made the disc drive in GameCubes, so they worked out some kind of deal where they got the exclusive to make their own Panasonic Q, which is a Panasonic GameCube where it plays DVDs. It has a full DVD player as well as a little mini disc in there. It has a little LCD screen up here that says hello and goodbye when you turn it on and off. I don't know, it's just really sick. I always wanted it. There's also a Panasonic controller that came with it. I remember
Pass that.
I
controller
got
down.
this. It's a little aged. I got this because at the time I had Clay Fighter 64 for N64. It was like a $300 game at the time. And the booth, I was just taking it around, and they were like, "What would you give me for this?" And they were like, "Well, this is $300." And I just straight switched it for that game. And I was
That
like, cool.
is a great price for that.
Yeah.
At the time. Yeah.
This
at
is
the time.
this is just a GameCube controller. This is Panasonic on it.
Yes.
And then it says SHTG-C10.
And I was telling E, actually, so it is region locked to Japan, but you know the freeloader disc that works with GameCubes? I didn't know how that was going to work with this, but it does. You put the freeloader disc in, close the tray, because the tray like slides in and out on like a mechanism. You load it up, you just slide the tray out, and then put the disc in that you want, and put it back in, and it'll play anything. So, yeah.
The whole deal was like back in the day, GameCube was kind of losing because PlayStation 2 could play DVDs, and like that it could do both. So like
Yeah.
a family could just get this as a DVD player and play games on it. Like that's awesome.
What I am missing, though, the cables that came with it, they're like component cables.
Oh.
They're super expensive. They were then, and they are now.
GameCube component, yeah, is expensive.
A DVD remote, which is like an accessory that came with it. I need that, and then I just want the box for it.
I got.
He's got the whole.
Yeah, I
he's got
saw the
whole
box
kit.
at your studio.
$400
Yeah,
for the whole.
I know.
From Japan.
For the whole thing.
For everything, yeah.
When did you
Wow.
get it?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah. See, that's probably about 5-6 years ago. I got
So
that.
for the podcast listeners, it looks like a GameCube. It's
Yeah.
a little rectangular. It's not like a cube.
It's long. It's not really a cube.
wearing
It's a little bigger. It's got these giant like arcs on the top, a screen, and the front is a mirror. It's
Also,
insane looking.
it's got like a bunch of audio outputs on the back.
The back looks like the back of a whole ass TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. And also, interesting
ass?
fact,
Whole ass TV.
it does actually have connections down here for a Game Boy player that they were going to make. I'm pretty sure they didn't make it, but they were going to make a Game Boy player specifically for this, and they never did.
Did
But
we try? We
We
tried.
haven't done it yet.
We looked at it and we were like comparing the Game Boy player to see what would
you
happen.
can. You have to shave these nub feet
Okay,
off.
so can we do that? Oh, okay.
You have to shave off the feet, but it
Twist
does.
them off, right? They're attached.
They're attached. You have to
you
shave them.
shave
You have
off-
to cut them off, but it does work. A regular one will
Shave
plug
off
in.
a
It just
piece of the
looks
player.
stupid. Huh?
Shave off a piece of the player if there's nothing important right there.
Drill
on
a
this
hole
player.
right through. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But the Game Boy. So that's another, okay. Let's move on. At the convention, I was really trying to get the Game Boy player disc because we
I
have
finally
the Game
just
Boy
got
player.
one.
Oh my
I've been
God.
hunting for the
Give
disc
me-
forever. No,
I'll give you $20.
no, it's like over 100 for the
So
disc.
on the last few episodes, I had a little Game Boy. No, I had a GameCube with the Game Boy player, and I had our logo playing off of it on a Game Boy Color cartridge. But I don't have the disc for the Game Boy player, so I had some hacked together thing that's an action replay with an SD card, and it just boots from there. There's a lot of Game Boy players out in the wild for the GameCube, but there's not a lot of discs.
Yep.
So the disc is really expensive, and people sell the disc with the player.
Yeah.
We are trying to just get the disc, but they don't want to part. You have to basically buy the player also. So I'm gonna have 2 players.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying also they would sell just the player.
They would sell just the player, but not just the disc. If I bought just the disc, it would have been the same price.
Mine was happenstance. Like I've been looking for it forever, and then I found a few eBay listings that just kept going ridiculous in price. I'm like, I don't want to pay that much for a stupid disc.
I have one that I'm watching.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Funny, I was right. A disc that does nothing. I can't believe who would pay that much
who
money.
would spend that much money on a single disc?
And someone happened to point me to someone who was trying to like offload a few things, and they had the disc by itself, pretty much brand new, because you can't get the Japanese one. Japanese one's cheaper, does not work on the
Okay,
North American
that's good
one,
to know.
which I was like, that sucks, because that would save a lot of money because there's plenty of those. And yeah, I just bought it right off this instantly. I was like, what's the price? He's like, this. Yep,
Would it work if you had the freeloaded disc though? It might.
it could.
It might.
The
That-
freeloaded
I mean, it's
But
just
I don't
a
know
game.
if you know. I'm sort of what they call an idiot.
Yeah, no, a little bit. The freeloaded, I don't know how the freeloaded disc works, but for anyone that's not old and doesn't know, it's a disc that you put into a GameCube, and for some reason it allows you to play any region game once you put it in after taking out that disc. I don't know how it works.
I've never used one. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's
I didn't even know it
crazy.
existed until just now.
I have one over there.
I'll take a look at it.
Okay. Speaking of really expensive discs, Jordan, you've been sat next to that little bundle of joy. You want to talk about why you bought that and how much that was?
All right, let me tell you a little story. You know Pokemon,
I've heard of it.
right? So back in the 3rd generation of Pokemon, there's Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, and in the games you store Pokemon in the PC in the digital world, not like Digimon. Don't get them confused.
Okay, I was. For
And
sure.
there's different boxes that you put them in to store all the Pokemon you get. Well, what happens if you run out of space? You run out of space in
Happens
there.
all
You
the time.
need somewhere to put them. Nintendo, Pokemon Company, they say, hey, we got your
you.
back.
got
They
you.
released Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire on the GameCube, which literally is just a storage for more Pokemon. They're just on your GameCube,
Is it literally just for Ruby and Sapphire?
just for Ruby
Yeah.
and Sapphire.
You have to link it up with the Game Boy cable.
It does 4 things.
Uh-huh.
I'll list these 4 things for you. You can store up to 1,500 Pokemon from Ruby and Sapphire. And hey, it's a 1 Pokemon for every $1 I paid.
That's a lot.
Um,
My
It
God.
says there's a memory card included. My copy did not have the memory card, but those are a lot easier to come by than
How big
just
is the
getting that.
memory card? I was going to say it stores them all on
It
the
says
GameCube memory
it says
card,
memory
right?
card 59.
I think
That's
that
a
I think the
59
GameCube
blocks?
the GameCube memory card was one size, no?
I think there were multiple
Oh, there was a
sizes.
bigger one. Yeah, that came with the other Pokemon game had the big one in it.
The other cool thing is play Pokemon Ruby or Pokemon Sapphire on your TV. But you can do that anyway with if you just had the Game Boy player.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
doesn't matter. But this is a cool feature. Not everyone talks about this. This one's pretty sick. Display your Pokemon in a showcase stage, and you can customize the background.
Does it have a picture of it?
Yeah.
So you alluded to it before, but how much did you pay?
I had a cooler picture in my
So-
head than what that is.
Usually these go for about like 1,600 or up for this. There is a different version that comes in like a box around it. Those are upwards of 6,000 and up. But it said 1,600 on it, and I was just like, well, no one's asking about it. It's late in the day. The second day of the con, I was like, can you take 15? He's like, absolutely.
Well, yeah, because
Absolutely.
it's $1,500, which is essentially
Hey,
what he had on it.
I came with one goal this week. I said, this is what I want to buy. I searched the floor. I found it, and it's from a shop that funny enough, I shop at like every year, almost by accident. I just end up in their shop buying stuff from them. And yeah, so I got the most useless thing that I could get. And, that's pretty cool.
So I have a story here that I told you briefly.
Right.
I remember buying that when I was whenever that game came out. What's it say on the back there for that?
This
What
says
year?
2004.
So I was 14. I remember the exact store. It was in Colonnades, which we went to Colonnades
After you ate a Hungry Jack's?
It's probably it's a little mall in my hometown.
Or
I remember
Macca's.
the game store.
It's McDonald's.
I remember the game store it was in, and I remember looking at it and being excited because I was playing Ruby and Sapphire. What sold me on it at the time was that I was out of space for Pokemon, and it had
You
the
were out of
memory. It
space.
had the memory card, which was actually pretty valuable back then. Like
Yeah.
that wasn't a small deal getting a free memory card. So yeah, I bought that, and when I told you that story, I was like, but I think I gave it away or sold it. But I'm now remembering my mom has my old GameCube still with all my games, and I am pretty sure that it's just still there. I don't know if the PAL version is worth as much, but typically PAL versions of things are worth more than the NTSC version.
It's worth looking into.
It is worth looking
It's
into if I
at
can
least
get a hold of it.
$1,500 worth looking into.
Yeah, right. Well, also I would just love to have it back, but
Well, yeah, 'cause it was
getting
yours.
stuff from my mom is like pulling teeth. So
I could imagine.
we'll see what happens.
Also,
with it.
it's on the other side of the world.
It is on the other side of the
That's
world.
true.
That
It
is
is all
correct.
the way
That is
over
true.
there.
Bit of a wrench, yeah.
So it's just rare, I guess, right? It's not like people need it
Because
for
no
a
one
certain
freaking
thing.
bought
No.
it, and they didn't make that many because obviously it's not like a game. It's not going to go flying off
Yeah.
the shelves.
Right.
No, but it is kind of to a kid. Like even when I was younger, I didn't even like really look in the console. Like, oh, a new Pokemon game on the console. And I remember why I didn't get it is because I was told by like the employee, like to myself and my parent who was with me at the time. I don't know. It was like, hey, this just so you know, this is not like a game. And so then I didn't get it. That was the only reason I never got it because they said it was not a game. So my parents
Did
like,
it-
oh,
did
well, he doesn't want not
Did
a
it
game. He
come-
wants a game.
Did it come with a Pokemon in the box?
Did it?
I feel like I was
Includes
because I think funny you tell that story. I think I did buy it at the time as a kid because I thought it had a game. I figured surely at that stage in my life when I bought a GameCube game, I was buying a game to play. So I thought surely there is something about this that has Pokemon in it.
I don't.
Yeah.
Your Pokemon box? Everyone just has Pokemon box now. You
Yeah.
feel free to share.
Thinking it was a game.
Yeah.
You're thinking there was like a special.
Would you have sold it, or do you think you still have it somewhere?
It's 1,000% in my basement.
See, this feels like a little extra.
You should check.
It's like a little extra add-on because they're like, oh, we should put that on there. It's a Pokemon organizer. That's how they label it. It's an organizer. It's not a game. It's an organizer.
It should say not a game on it.
Because the GameCube say like, oh, what I think XD, the Gale of Darkness. That was 2005, and then Coliseum was 2003. So like there was like, oh, Pokemon games are coming out
Did
on
I tell you
consoles, and
I
then that
also
dropped
bought
smack
that
dab
at
in the
one
middle of
point?
it.
You bought
Why wouldn't
this?
you go?
Yeah,
oh,
I bought it from a game store that was going out of
a lot of
business.
kids aren't
I
going to
bought it
know
with
better, and
Animal
maybe not
Crossing for
every
$10
person's
'cause
going to
I
be told the
thought
same
the
thing I
box
was by the
meant
employee.
both
Like, hey,
games
that's
were
not a
in the
game.
box.
And they
So
get
what
home,
did
they're
you-
like,
What did you do?
what do I do?
It could
I'm
be
just
anywhere.
moving through boxes.
We would have found it when you were.
Yeah.
You're hearing
For
all
sure.
the
We're
conversations.
having
yeah.
dual conversations.
Gonna have
on
two
this side.
Because I didn't find
conversations.
my GameCube
Kim
either.
also seems to think that she bought
No, I
this
know
at
I
some
did.
point.
I was telling Jordan about it. I bought it with Animal Crossing.
Because
There's
she
a game
just
store going
said
out
that
of
she
business.
thinks she thought it meant that both Ruby and
Yeah,
Sapphire
I
was
was
in,
like,
the
We're in the
box.
box.
They're in the box. Pokemon
This
box of
box.
games.
That'd be
Yeah,
a good
that's.
deal.
I mean, that's bad marketing, but
I think that's
good
why
for
I
them.
got it
That's why they
too.
sold so much.
That'd be
Because
way cooler if it was just like, here's a way to play that without having to get the adapter or plug in your Game Boy Advance and
And
just
also,
played it on the
like,
TV.
when you look at the back, it's showing you clips of the gameplay
Yeah.
and stuff as well.
I didn't question it. I
How
just
much was
bought
that
it.
at retail?
60.
Yeah, I think it was
It was a
full.
full
I
price
remember it
game.
Oh,
being
Just
well, it'd be full
organizing?
price for GameCube back then was 50.
Oh.
So it'd be $50.
Oh my god! Because I was gonna say they
think.
could have charged $50 if they put the freaking game on it.
Yeah, that would have made sense.
'Cause,
Why not
I
just
mean,
include that with the
You
game?
got the manual.
Game Boy
You
Advance
think?
games were cheaper?
Yeah, I'm only missing the memory card.
You can slap a memory card. It was just a generic memory card.
Was it just a
Oh, it
generic
wasn't
one?
even
It
like-
Just a
did-
generic gray normal
Okay.
memory card, the smaller one.
Wow, I can complete this
59
easily.
blocks.
I do want to eventually get the box that it's supposed to be in.
Oh, it was in a box.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that
The box was in a box.
yeah, but that makes it so much more expensive because
I can
apparently
guarantee you I didn't have the box. I probably chewed
No,
that
I
thing
didn't.
up.
someone
I know, I
said at the convention they saw one, they thought that was the one I bought because it was $9,000. Like, you spent $9,000. Like, no, I didn't buy that
They
one. I didn't
brought
see
that to
that
the
one.
convention?
I immediately
Someone
after this
was selling that
podcast
one.
am contacting my brother and sister and seeing if they can find out.
If
Maybe.
it's in that, if the box is in the box, that's the really
We
expensive
got to find
one.
out if the PAL one is still worth the same.
Well, regardless.
$4,000.
For the PAL one?
No, $4,000 in box.
That's a better price. There's a $9,000 one at the con.
Well, how clean
Well,
was
that was
the
the
box?
con. The con overcharged on everything.
Yeah.
And even John said it was probably around 6,000. So I guess 4,000 would be a good price around there too. So
We're supposed to do a sponsor, I think.
Oh yeah, thanks.
this episode's
No, I
sponsored
got the
by.
vibe. I got the vibe that you were about to tell us to do this sponsor. So I was just found a break in the conversation.
You're
to say,
Pokemon box.
Pokemon,
Don't buy
this
Or do.
week's sponsor is Jordan Fringe. How you doing? What are you chilling today?
Oh, how much money I have to give you now?
All right, we actually do not once again have a sponsor
cards?
outside of you guys. So if you want to help Kim and I pay our new mortgage and help Bob get a Lamar Zoko, because we all have priorities, then here's
That's
what you
like
gotta
one
do.
Pokemon box in box.
Something actually exciting
whole
is
thing.
we now have merch, as you realize, maybe. Because
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go, baby! What's your moist critical impression? Let's go, baby! He does it better.
Let's
We have
go.
these regular red tees, and then we also have baseball tees.
just woke up misclick. I'm very sorry.
This click is sleeping on my couch over there.
There's a full audience here.
There is a full audience not saying anything.
Sorry, Jordan. This is gonna be stinky clothes. This is my laundry.
Smell-o-vision.
I want to say that Bob got these together ready for the convention that we're at because we were selling them at the table. But Bob is, if you've ever seen Bob's content, you'll know that he takes everything very seriously. Everything has to be super good
I
quality.
never make a joke.
We paid a lot for these shirts. And at the time, I was like, why did we do that? These are the nicest shirts I've ever felt. They are super soft. You can probably explain why they're so good.
So we take a. So the reason why I like doing it myself is because I used to be an apparel designer, but also because I want to pay a little extra to make sure the quality is really good. I don't want to wear a shirt that's like just a generic like stiff.
Yeah,
thing.
I hate those.
These are tri-blends, so they're very soft. They're
super
very
soft.
comfy. They hug you a little bit. So we have the regular T-shirt, which is a tri-blend, and then we have the baseball tee, which is a unisex tri-blend. So they're both just as soft and
Yeah.
feel really nice. The unisex fits a little nicer too. It might be a little small on some people. But
So Bob designed the logo initially,
Right.
and Bob also designed these T-shirts.
it was.
They're
It's just the logo slapped on a T-shirt.
No,
Let's not
don't
get crazy.
undersell it. We're
The
trying to
baseball
sell
tee.
these.
I'm very proud of the baseball
He
tee. The red.
painstakingly. If you've ever seen like an architect over one of those giant boards where they're like just like working away at the perfect design, that was Bob for 3 straight weeks, and he finally.
I mean, the
came up
logo
with
did
this.
take a while, but the baseball tee, the people that I work with to do T-shirts and stuff, they're my friends and they're friggin' incredible at it. They do shirts for like Weezer and the band Toto and stuff.
Oh, so
Okay.
we have Weezer adjacent shirts.
We went there to pick up the shirts and they were printing. They had like 14 people there just ripping shirts
That's
for Toto.
cool.
And it was like a 10 color print. It was insane.
They know Carl Weezer?
We have all sizes. I usually don't wear red, but this is a really nice shade of red. I mean, it's like the
That's
Nintendo
another reason
red.
why I specifically got these, because it's the tri-blend kind of makes it
It's
look like
nice.
a heathery red.
Yeah, like almost like a heathery gray,
Yeah.
red look
Yeah.
and feel.
So the baseball tee has the red print, so the red matches the rest of the garment, which is hard for the printer to do.
Yes. I love them. So grab some merch. And then if you already have it or you want to support more, of course, the Patreon. We now have Patreon names at the end of the episodes, but in general, if you want to support, it's only, well, you can support for like $1 or $2, but for $5 a month, you get bonus episodes, which we're going to record one right now.
Whoa.
If you sign up today, I think you'll get like 7 or 8 bonus episodes for $5, which is a ton of extra content. And that directly supports the show, and it's really our only source of revenue and income, so it really helps. And E looks like he's just realized something terrible.
Jackson tried to FaceTime me. His tire exploded.
Jackson's tire exploded while he was driving. Tell him to come back.
He can't.
How far
away did
How far did
away
he
did he
get?
He's in your driveway still.
Okay, sponsorship over. Scooters just left my house right before we went live, so like 20 minutes ago, and apparently his tire
He's
exploded
gotta be like 20-30 minutes
on
out
his rental.
by now.
Did you just get the call now?
He was trying to FaceTime me, and I didn't answer. I texted him, and he just sent me a photo of the tire.
He just sent the photo
Oh
of
He
the
my
must,
God.
he must have hit a pothole or something, and just like
pothole.
that sucked.
It looks ripped.
It does look. It looks crazy.
Oh my
That's-
God, there's like
It looks like a
several
donut
holes.
already.
Is he okay? Can you ask him if he's okay?
Yeah, it does look like a donut. AAA is coming.
Was it just a donut on his?
Ask
freaking
him if
car?
he is okay. Say
He said-
would.
He said he's okay.
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 How far did he get? I guess 20 minutes.
He said tire just popped.
When? What time? What's the
He's only
timestamp?
8 minutes away.
Does he need to be rescued?
Does,
We can put a pause
well,
on
he's
the
got to
podcast.
wait for AAA.
Yeah,
That's true, yeah.
He can't really leave the car.
I can take him back. Tell him all that.
It's a shame we're recording because we could just go sit with him.
Yeah.
Podcast on the road.
Podcast journey to pick up Scoot.
No.
Okay.
Are you recording on all these cameras, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see you hit the record button. Anyway,
All right. Well, Kim.
Oh
do you want
God.
to talk about what else we bought since we?
I
Yeah.
do,
recorded?
but Kim hasn't said anything yet.
Okay.
So
I've said
Kim,
stuff. I've said things.
No, I want to focus on you because
Oh,
you
God.
have a holy grail Nintendo item.
Oh yeah. I
And where
might.
you've been trying to buy for a long time, and every time we went to Japan, and we went
Wait,
to.
what?
It's the Pokemon thing.
No, I didn't. What?
We've been talking
You
about
want
holy
something.
grail Nintendo items. There's
There's a
something
thing
that
you
you
want.
have been
Oh,
wanting for
I thought you
years.
meant I bought it.
No, you haven't.
No.
You bought a
Hell
Holy Grail
no.
Find
Pokemon
it.
thing?
Hell no. Oh, no, I found it, but they
You
want
did.
$200
Talk
for it.
about it.
What was it?
All right. So there's a I can't remember
Jordan's
who makes
about
it
to
now.
tell you that
I'm
he has
totally
it.
blanking.
Probably.
I'd be so mad if you have it. I can't remember what company makes the figure, but they make a lot of the figurines. But it was an Arcanine that you can only get from the Crane machine. I think in that series there was an Arcanine and a Tentacruel, and you had to win it.
Yeah.
And I never see it for sale. I was deep into the blogs trying to find where I could get this
Is
thing.
this a plushie?
No, it's a little figurine. It's this big.
It's a little
and he
figurine. It's a
never-
tiny figurine. I think it looks derpy as heck.
He's fantastic.
But it came from a claw machine
And I
in Japan.
want him.
And she's only ever found one for sale, and it was
It ca-
literally last week.
I almost had a heart attack. Like I look on eBay occasionally just because I hate myself, and I look, and he's never there. And then I saw one, and I was like,
It was $150 for this tiny little.
I mean, that's why.
but he's in the bag.
You
That's
gotta
the thing.
splurge
Like
for the things
nobody
you
ever
want.
keeps
Gotta
them in the
go for
bag,
it.
so that's why.
He
Because
was
I've
also
seen
in
him
the bag.
like years and years ago. I saw there were like listings he'd sold for $100. I'm like, that's a lot, but I want him. But this one's in the bag.
I will buy
so.
that one for you.
I
if you
feel
want it for your
terrible
birthday.
asking for that because I'm gonna take him out of the bag. I
gonna
love him, and
unseal him?
he's going on my shelf.
I unseal things. I don't care.
That's
I-
funny.
I'm buying it to display it.
But the thing
Unless
is,
the box looks awesome.
yeah,
display
it's
it
just a
while it's
bag
sealed.
though. It's just like a bag that candy comes in. It's
Is,
not
is
even
that
a
what
cute
makes
bag.
it worth more? Or
That
no?
it's bagged, yeah,
They're
because everybody
charging
takes
more
them
for
out.
it 'cause it's
Yeah,
I mean, you
in the
could
bag.
like you could like take it out and put it like on top of the bag.
I think it's.
Yeah.
I think it's more the fact that like you can't find this guy. Period. And this one has the bag that it.
we
came in.
asked a
Right,
guy.
yeah.
We asked a guy in Japan. I showed him the picture, and he laughed and was like, "No."
Yeah.
yeah.
Deja vu.
I've heard about this before. It's gonna be a no.
Funny you talked about like sealed because I have a game over there that apparently John Spawnwave was looking for the whole weekend, and he's been looking for it for a long time and can't find it.
What is it?
We were sitting eating wings last night, and he was like, "Hey, I keep trying to find like Trials of Cold Steel 2 on PlayStation 4.
Okay.
I've been looking for forever. They've jacked up the price," and I was like, "I think I have that." And he's like, "What do you mean you think you have it?" I was like, "I don't know. I just set all my games up the other day. I think I remember seeing that one. I don't know when or how I got it. I think a fan sent it to me for a fan mail video. It's sealed. It's just over there."
Oh my god.
Apparently, it's worth several $100s now.
Oh
And that's what I
my
mean
God.
by like I buy things and then later on I find out I went to sell a lot of my collection before we left, and I did.
Yeah.
And luckily they were super nice because I was selling a lot of my Vita games.
Oh yeah.
And they were being super honest because I was like, "You can just have them, like just give me a price for them." And they were like, "I don't think you want to sell this one." And I was like, "Why?" And they were like, "Because this
Yeah.
is like $500-$600 for this Vita game. And I was like, why? And they're like, it's the first limited run game they made. It's like Unit 13 or something. I think it was called.
Unit 13?
I think that's what it was. Maybe it was.
No, it wouldn't be Unit 13.
It was a war gun game. It was a gun game.
Right, the war gun game.
It was the war.
That
It was a
one.
war gun
Shadow
game.
Complex. That was one of the first ones, I think.
That was an early number, yeah.
Was it Vita?
It
It might have been that one then.
I don't know.
I get them confused because I didn't know what it was. I don't know how I acquired it. But yeah, that's what I mean. Sometimes I'm just find out they're worth a lot of money.
When I went to the con, we saw the freaking a booth that had a bunch of WATA graded games,
Yeah.
and those are always inflated like crazy.
Of course.
There was one that's the 25th anniversary Mario All Stars for the Wii, and I worked at GameStop at the time. Yeah, I worked at GameStop at the time. It was $30, and I just bought one because I could just take it. It was it was sold. Everybody pre-ordered it, so it was immediately sold out. They didn't make a lot. So I bought it. The price jacked up to like $100 at the time, and then it sold so much they reprinted it, and then the price went down. This was brand new sealed, which I still have because I did that because I had no intention to play it. I just wanted to collect it. It's freaking $1,700.
Wait, what is?
But it's graded. It was like a 9 something.
Oh god, okay. I was like, shh, 'cause
But
that's
still,
just,
it's
like,
probably-
stacked in there.
It's probably worth a lot. So make sure you don't mess up the box.
That was one of the things I really wanted when I first came to America, and I bought it while road tripping from Florida to Texas. The first time I ever came here, I was looking in all the pawn stores for it, and I got it. Pawn stores, sorry, I can't.
Pawn?
Pawn.
All the pawn stores, yeah,
Pawn.
all of them.
Now
It
we're
was
demonetized.
right next to the dildos.
No, that's in his drawers.
That's in my drawers.
Yeah.
That's for a video. That was a tax write-off.
Right.
What were we
Little Adam
supposed to
and
be
Eve
talking
purchase.
about?
We could talk about dildos.
I got a WATA game.
We still have a lot of things
have a
from the
WATA game?
convention
I have
that
a
we
WATA
got.
graded game.
What
game?
one?
I got it because it was something that I like, and it was, you know, the YouTuber Jarvis Johnson.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. He dabbles in like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that. And there was this Yu-Gi-Oh game on the Game Boy Advance called The Sacred Cards. One of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh games. I think it's one of like the better ones that they put out. And he had a sealed one that was graded that he was offloading. And I think it's like a 9.2 or 9.4. It wasn't anything too crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
But like,
Anything
I think
that's a
that one's fine.
9
The
is
other
pretty
one's
crazy.
yours.
yeah, I was like, that game means a lot to me. I remember
brought
playing
it.
it when I was a
Yeah, I
kid.
brought it.
I already had a sealed copy that wasn't graded, but I was like, I'll take a graded one. That's cool. So that's the only graded game I have.
That's insane.
And I probably would only get very few that mean something to
much
me,
Snow Brothers
as long as they're
worth
not
now?
like stupid money. you
Right,
know?
right. What are you idiots doing over there?
It's a nice
So-
bag.
Just trying to have a podcast with Jordan over here, and you guys are
I'm
talking.
getting ready for the next thing.
I like that bag.
When I was at the convention, fans of us
Oh,
gave me this bag.
I might have heard of this.
and
Yeah.
were like, there's stuff for you and Bob in here. And I thought it would be fun if we opened it together. So should we sit on the couch and switch seats?
Is this?
It was Tom Nook
Tim and Jordan
Isabel
podcast?
gave us this.
Finally.
Remember Tom Nook
okay.
and Isabel?
No.
Moving on up.
The guy dressed up as Animal Crossing characters?
What's Animal Crossing?
The Chow Garden.
Look at my socks. It's got
those are
it's got
cool.
Jebediah's Animal Crossing. On it.
KK Slider?
I like that.
You slid
his
right
name.
in. Those socks.
Yeah.
That's- You didn't know his name?
I forgot his name.
Okay. How do you
Wanna
want to do
switch?
this?
We can
Yeah, let's
switch.
switch.
Yeah,
Let's switch
yeah, yeah,
quickly.
So swap. Oh my God, this is a deep.
Yeah,
cut.
it's
Ooh.
Welcome
so
back
happy.
to the Jim and
I'm like-
Jim and
This
Corden
is so
podcast.
different.
I'm like a
Jim
foot
and
shorter
Gordon.
than you now.
I don't know what's in here. They seem really nice. Honestly, it could just be actual nice gifts, or it could be something memey.
Didn't Justin Eon say that he gave Wood something and didn't want him to take all of it? Maybe it was them. I don't remember.
Justin
Somebody was like, "We
Eon?
gave Wood something.
Yeah, that was
Make
them.
sure he doesn't steal
Yeah.
it."
It was them.
What?
No. It was during your panel.
Yeah.
Some.
It was
He
a,
wasn't
it
dressed
was a
like
nice,
Animal
It was a
Crossing.
nice couple
All right.
dressed as Animal Crossing.
We'll find
characters.
out.
A
They
dad
gave
and
us
a
their
daughter.
names.
Wait,
then-
yes. Wait, he had Animal Crossing attire,
Yeah.
but he wasn't dressed up as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackson needs
He
a
had like
tire.
Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jackson does need a
Yeah, he needs a tire.
I think. I think it's gonna be up to us to figure out what is supposed to be for me and what's supposed to be for you.
I don't know.
I
Just
think it's for both.
divvy it up how you
He
feel,
talked about this at my
probably.
panel. This is for both of us.
What?
It's
Oh.
activities.
Are we a couple?
Yes.
That's what people think.
You want to do a little Pokemon Mad
It's your
Libs?
fault.
This is like a Pokemon Mad Libs.
Yeah.
I had that when I was a kid.
I got one
There's
of
gonna
those.
be a lot of dick and ball.
Do you want to
jokes in
do
there.
it? Do you want to do it on the at the end of the show?
That's your
save for the
bonus episode.
Patreon bonus.
Here's a Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Mad Libs.
Movie.
The movie? They still make
I
it?
have not seen this movie yet.
I guess these are new.
Yeah.
Not the Pokemon one. It's been out for a long
This is
time.
2017.
That's newish. Yeah.
Oh, these are for
Ooh.
you, I guess, for the podcast.
Oh,
New
hell
Pokemon.
yeah.
Big sock guy right here.
Big sock guy.
Big sock guy loves a sock.
Angry Pikachu.
These are
Whoa.
Super Mario card game Uno.
Super Mario.
This is really just a nice night for Bob and I to play some
Hello,
games.
Mario.
Yo,
Is there candles in the bottom of here? Maybe some lotion?
I am taking
Ooh.
this. I'm taking that too.
Video game trivia. Okay, this we might need.
That-
We
that-
might need this
That's
actually.
the bonus
Hopefully
episode
this
right
is-
there. What do you actually know about games?
We could have.
Jesus.
Sorry. We could have used this for the episode. It
I
would've
know
been
because
better.
this is probably better than whatever the hell
Probably
website
better,
we use.
probably
This is
better.
pretty sick.
Dude, this is sick. There's includes a new special Mario rule.
Okay. All right. Look at this. Look at this. Wolf. Sorry. No.
Dan,
Ned.
you read it up.
Ned Flo. Wolf Den. Okay, we have Wolf Den. It's in your color scheme too. We have Bob.
Oh wait,
It's your name. It's right.
no,
It works.
no. This way it's weird, but this way it works.
Oh, that is weird. Ooh,
That's how it works. That's just how it works.
we got one that says Bob, and then one that says Wood. Now they did say that they had a Beatemups one, but their cats got to it.
I think you guys should
So,
switch
I
bracelets.
kinda
You wear
love
each
that.
other's names.
Oh my god,
That's adorable.
You take the wood.
Okay.
You take the wood. I'll go bobbing for.
It's
Bob.
but also depending on how you flip it, it says mood.
That's also
Doubly
depending on how you
accurate.
flip
Or Doom,
it.
wait.
You get a different mood.
Doom, wood, or mood.
So trippy, am I right?
Yeah.
Also, that's it. There was no money.
Ah.
So
Well, it is Tom Nook. He's not going to give you
this
money.
trivia is in the shape of a Game Boy, and the buttons on it are backwards, but it's question mark Q and A are the buttons.
That's cute.
I like that. All right. Well, thank you for the gifts. I just thought that would be fun to do on camera.
Yes.
I was wrong.
Whoa.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, switch
That was
swap.
very cute. Thank you.
So wooed.
Thanks for listening to the Jordan Kim podcast.
So wooed. So wooed. My
You
couch.
can't pronounce my name that way.
My couch.
Can I show and tell yet?
Yeah, go for it. I mean, I still have some things to show and
You
tell
do
too.
it. You do it. You do it.
Me?
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like the bags.
So here's what I got at the convention. This is kind of fun because this is like how my YouTube channel started. Stop it! Oh, I don't know why I yelled at you. This is how my YouTube channel started, by me showing pickups of what I got at a convention. So it's kind of cute. Somebody made these freaking things, and they are dope.
You have to
And
describe it for
You're true.
podcast listeners.
I wish I could remember names of anything at
He
any
gave you
point,
his
at
card,
any
I
time,
think.
Harvey.
anywhere.
Is it in my purse?
I know the names of these.
Please
The guy's name, who's super nice, he made the Guiji.
He's
and-
there?
Yeah, he's always there.
Why didn't
he
you
lives
say
here.
anything?
He lives here.
Oh my god.
So he made the Guiji that I gave Bob for a video. He also made the little puppy. The puppy, I have them both over there. And he also made these. Now these are easily the coolest things he's ever done. A Kirby and a vending machine.
Yeah, I love the Kirby.
Kirby. I don't know if that had a
Vendy.
nickname.
They look legit. I saw them sitting
They
over there
look legit.
right before we started. I picked it up. I was like, "What the hell?"
So when I first saw, especially the Kirby, I was like, that has to be official. Like from a distance, I was like, did they make an amiibo of Kirby? So this is just fully 3D printed, and he did an amazing job at like sanding it down and smoothing it out.
Well,
and
he said
getting
he
rid of
did
that.
resin for that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's resin printed, so it's not all liney.
Ooh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
and it's heavier and
They're so sick.
better
And
quality.
It's so good.
everything from the detailing on the blue of the car and the patchwork, it just looks.
I love the stand that they're on.
It looks exactly like them. And then
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're actually on amiibo bases, so you
Yeah.
can use them as Kirby's.
Yeah.
I love these. They were $50 each, and I think they were very worth it.
Yeah,
So
those are sick.
easily some of the coolest custom art that I've got at a convention.
That's cool.
I have one more thing I bought, but how about we bounce to you?
Okay. Well, what did I get? I got a Game Boy Color on eBay a while ago, and not a while ago, for a video that I had to do like a few weeks ago, and it was like $75, and a lot of them are like around $75. So they're getting pretty up there now, especially even like broken ones because people want to mod them up anyway. There were a lot of good Game Boys and Game Boy Colors and you know Nintendo handhelds that were there. One place had them for super cheap, and I don't own a Pocket, so I got a Game Boy Pocket. That was $60, and it's like perfect condition. The batteries aren't even corroded or nothing. And I tested it; it works. It's perfect.
That's cute.
And then I also got a DS Lite, because I used to have one, and I think I traded it in for an Xbox 360.
Good call. I like the 360.
I used to have this with an R4 in it, and it was freaking awesome. That's so you can
yeah.
like, you know, play hack games and stuff. And I want to do that again. I have no intention of hacking this one, I don't think. Although I was talking to John about doing the macro mod where you rip the top off. But I'd rather do that with a broken one.
What's the point of ripping the top off?
It turns into a Game Boy Advance.
Oh,
Because you can play everything off of, and it has the Game Boy Advance port on the back, on the bottom.
oh, that's kind of sick.
And this
actually.
comes with the friggin' rose-colored little bottom
Just
piece.
no stylus?
Those are what's hard to find.
Yeah, the little
Yeah,
the
people
little
stylus.
Did it have the stylus?
I never checked.
It's at the top. I see it.
Oh.
Oh, it's in there.
It's in there. It's
Complete.
black.
Oh.
Is that
No,
normal?
Well,
that's correct. It's
it might have been. It might have been. I do.
It's retractable.
I
Yeah,
do
wasn't
think
it?
they colored them.
The
though.
original one, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. I think
I
that,
don't
that
remember
might be an
either.
add-on, like
It goes all the way in though.
one of those ones you just buy.
Does it? Yeah,
from a
no. It
third
usually
party.
hangs on the. Yeah, the retractable
Yeah.
isn't normal.
Yeah, you
It
should
should-
have
it should be
a
a rose
similar
color
cover.
Yeah,
color
I
one.
think it should be rose
Yeah.
I'm
colored.
sure that
Oh,
should.
yeah, yeah.
That
You can
shouldn't
get
be too
that
hard to
cheap.
That's
get.
just a third party.
They used
You can
to
get the
just-
little stylus.
Maybe.
They used to sell them
It
separately.
depends.
Half the time
They
don't
used to
even
sell
stay in there.
packs.
Yeah,
Nintendo
they
used to
still
sell
do.
official packs with different colors.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that shouldn't be too hard to get. But yeah, he had these running on, like just in a
Oh.
case, and it was $50.
That's not bad.
That's a good
pretty
deal.
damn
That's
good
not
for
bad.
something like this. But again, I have no intention of modding this one. I might put the R4 in it just because. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get another one that's maybe broken so I can cannibalize it for that macro mod.
It's funny that DS Lites have remained so affordable. I wonder if it's because it just hasn't hit that.
That
point
was just
yet.
a really good deal. Usually they're like $80. I saw one that was, they had a face cover. It was a white one, and the face cover was replaced with a black one. It was the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it was $75.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I still think that's cheap for a console from that long ago. Maybe I'm just used to prices being jacked up.
Yeah.
No, that's. I think the
DS
the
is just
DS
haven't-
Lite is one of the best
Yeah.
ones of the dual
Do you think it's
screens.
because it just hasn't hit that nostalgia yet, or because there were so freaking many of them?
I think
that
there's
just-
so many. Because I think it's the best for DS games because
Yeah.
it's so pocketable. It's great for hacking because you can load up anything before DS.
That's why I'm
DS
saying.
and before you can
I'm
play Game Boy
surprised
Advance
that you
games
can
on
get
it.
it under $100.
It's such a nice little. I
But
mean, playing
don't
ROMs
make
on
it
an
more.
official
I think
Nintendo
GameStop does.
console
GameStop
feels
probably
really
does.
good.
Yeah.
How
Used
much
to
do you think they
sell a
would
lot
at
of them,
GameStop? What do you think they charge for a DS Lite? 120?
Yeah.
You know that for sure off the bat?
Probably.
I
I'm gonna
I
say
traded this
$89.99.
in.
Are you crying?
No,
Your eyes are
Your
so
eyes are
glassy.
watering a little bit, buddy.
Yawn.
I yawned.
Oh.
We were boring him that much.
I thought you were doing the
looked
"it's
at me
not your
with,
fault."
Like,
It's
puppy
like-
dog watering eyes. I was like, "Are you okay? Are you worried about Scoot?" Like,
I'm really worried.
I feel bad. Only 8 minutes away.
no.
When I traded
the
this
odds?
thing in at GameStop for the Xbox, it was probably like $50 or $70 because when I worked there, I used to like wheel and deal the promotions. They'd be like, if you trade in a console for another
Yeah.
console,
They
you get.
don't really do that much anymore, but that was back in the day. They do crazy promotions.
You had to really
with
know
trading
which
in.
ones to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get screwed,
Mhm.
and a lot of people, unfortunately, used to come in and just want cash.
Do they still do like for a new game, the trade-in value is like 50% more or something?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know if they still do it. I
Because
haven't
like
worked there in
I
like
would do
friggin' 8
things
years.
like take a fairly recent game like Breath of the Wild, for example, back then. You could trade it in for like $30, but if it was towards a game that was
Yeah.
50% more, you'd get like $45 for the game.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they still do stuff like that, or they do it if you pre-order a certain game, so that
Uh-huh.
way they can keep your money. You know you're going to spend it again, stuff
Exactly.
like that. But if you get cash, they give you almost nothing.
Or I did those like qualifiers where it's like bring in 5 games that qualify on this list and we'll
Yeah,
give you an extra
yeah.
bonus
Yeah.
$50
Because
Yeah.
they need
on top.
certain games.
Yeah.
They're running out
it
of
would like
stock.
stack.
Yeah.
There were
Those-
times you could
those were
really
good.
make some money at
You
GameStop.
did a couple times.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, when
made
I
good
worked
money at
there,
GameStop.
yeah, you did.
There were times where I just did it to make some cash because I had games lying around and they were looking for them.
Yeah, what did you trade? Mario?
I don't
something?
remember.
There was a
Power of the
Mario
Players.
one that you got
Down
a
players.
budge
I was
for.
going to fist bump you, but this seems like a weird.
Yeah.
It seems weird.
What else did you
Not
get?
right.
What else did you
I
get?
got Pikachu's. I think this is the first thing I got.
It is.
That surprised me initially. I was like, why'd you get I get it.
He's an angry little man.
He's
It
so
looks like
mad.
Bob.
It looks like you.
He's an angry little
You
guy.
gotta stop smiling while holding it because it
But
doesn't.
also
It
I
doesn't
got-
look like you.
Now I have angry Pikachu's on my socks because of Tom Nook.
Oh, that's so true. I love that for you.
It's cute. And I also had to get these.
Also,
these
your
are,
socks currently match Pikachu, so you're
Same
very
color.
coordinated.
These are Mario and Luigi.
I actually
Pikachus.
saw those and almost bought those myself.
They make full-sized ones, But I only saw these, so I
They're so
felt
cute.
obligated to get them.
They're very cute. We also saw a Pikachu in a sleeping bag that I very almost.
Yeah.
They make a bunch of those.
Yeah.
And Pikachu with like the little zip-up hoodie of another Pokemon.
Yes, God, I
Yes,
want
we
all
saw
of
that
those.
too.
They're so cute.
So I also got Light Boy, which is it's like the Handy Boy, but it's just the freaking
light?
magnifier part with a light in it. This one they said was broken, so it was only $5. But I think the only thing wrong with it is the battery compartment was corroded, and you can just put some alcohol
That looks
on
fine.
it. Yeah, well, it's corroded. You can see the corrosion. You can see like specks
It's not
of
bad.
green.
It's not bad like my stuff when I was a kid and I would
Oh,
leave
yeah,
batteries
same.
in and then it would get
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it would explode.
corroded.
And you'd
like
see, like,
it
white
looked like if
stuff.
you would touch it, you'd get tetanus or whatever the heck it's called.
Tetanus or tetanus?
Tetanus or Tetris, maybe you'd get
Tetris
catch the
for free?
Tetris.
So that happened to the last Game Boy that I purchased on eBay, and it said it was a full working one, and I got it, and it booted up fine, but the buttons wouldn't work.
Oh.
And what happens on Game Boys is when the battery corrodes, the button contacts are on the opposite side of the board. So the acid, the little
Oh,
green
shoot.
corrosion, goes through and touches the button contacts, so the buttons stop working. So you take a little alcohol, you rub it, and it works perfect.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm like, I could just take the battery contacts out, dip them in some alcohol.
I
and
love
it'll
when
be
I
fine.
learn a handy tip that I will absolutely never make use of.
You need to understand the people who watch me. like
No,
when I go off on
I
random
love
shit
learning
like
it.
that.
I'm not kidding. I'm not discrediting the fact that you said it.
I haven't talked about the PVMs yet. You want to
Oh.
talk about that?
No, because I have one more thing to show
Okay,
before it
one
gets
more
boring.
thing.
PVM.
So the last thing I bought, and this is just because
Oh, this is cool. I like these.
you're really fun still. Because when you go to a con, Jordan. Because when you go to a con, you're still buying actual games and like official stuff, which is awesome, and like people love seeing that stuff. I have everything that I wanted from when I was collecting, and now
Yeah.
when I go, anything left over is way too
wait, that was
expensive. So I really gravitate towards art and fun, cool pieces I can like put around the house, whatever, which is why I got the Carbies.
Yeah.
And because I have this new basement and I need to start putting stuff on these walls because it looks like I live in an insane asylum with all this white. I wanted to get some cool art, and I saw these, and they immediately spoke to me. Actually, the one I really liked was
There
this
it is.
Persona one because it's such a vibe of him in the store,
Those
the
are
coffee
nice
shop.
prints.
They're
All their
really
prints
nice.
were so cool.
They're really nice because it's like I had to double take and be like, is that official? No, that's actually like someone drew this, and this is like art.
Yeah, no, he's just working on his homework before he has to go upstairs for the night.
So true. You love. How much do you love Persona 5?
So far, it's really good.
You know, it's so
really good.
Bob, right?
Oh, so good. I
It's
love
funny.
the part with the little guy.
We mentioned
Says,
today
take this, right?
that
Yeah.
I've been waiting for Persona 5 to come to Switch for so long, and by the time you're watching this, I'm gonna guess you already know that it is, because we have a little inside info that's telling us it's coming. in the
Spoiler
direct.
alert!
If
I
it-
mean, it
if
was in the freaking Xbox thing.
Yeah, if it doesn't end up happening, then I'm gonna look dumb. But apparently, that's coming in the upcoming direct. I've been waiting so long to play it portably that now I'm going to, but on Steam Deck. So the Switch is
I'm
already missed
probably
out.
when it comes out on Switch, I'm just gonna buy it on Steam, maybe.
Just because I want to play it on my Steam. I need to justify it. But we were gonna buy this. We didn't. We came back the next day, and she
Yeah.
was doing buy two get one free now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, so I was like, well, now I gotta. So I got this really cool one of Bulma.
You didn't
working.
show me that. You didn't show me the third
Yeah,
one.
I didn't show you that. So I felt like that vibed really well with the other one.
They look like the character is anime, but the environment looks
know,
like
that's
a
why I
lifestyle
liked it.
painting.
They had a lot of
Kind of
environment
like
ones.
lo-fi hip hop. That style.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
exactly
reminded
the
me
vibe
of.
that I liked. And then
Beats
this
some
one,
odd Game Boy
Be
speaking
stuff.
careful
of,
with how you're like holding it with one hand.
Ooh, Cowboy Bebop.
it's Cowboy Bebop.
That's
So
sick.
cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I really like that one
They're-
too.
they're-
I
they're
just
in
started
front of
watching
the-
Cowboy Bebop. I'm like 10 episodes in.
Oh,
so-
the live action one?
No, the
not the
cartoon.
live action one.
that
the
looks
little
very
doggy
bad.
is in it.
How do you
It
like
was.
Cowboy Bebop? 10 episodes in.
I love it.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
I hate that I waited so long. Every episode is a masterpiece. Every time every episode ends, I have chills.
I tried
The
to get back
music is
into it.
incredible.
The music's insane.
Insane.
That's the seatbelts.
Um,
I used to have a Pandora radio that was just the seatbelts because I love that jazz
It's-
so much.
And just the visuals and the art style. Something I
insane.
really have always really loved is futuristic cyberpunk kind of style worlds. I'm always drawn towards
Yeah.
that. I love Guardians of the Galaxy by default just because it paints this like world, that kind of vibe. I had no idea that Cowboy Bebop was about that. I just thought it was about a cowboy. I think I mixed up that and Trigun often. For like, and even
Trigun is my
still,
favorite anime.
Yeah, I started that at the same time. And now I'm just like in a whole new world of like incredible animes to watch.
So Trigun, about halfway through, it takes a wacky turn that is
What's halfway?
way more serious all of a sudden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's halfway?
We'll talk about it later. I want to know where you're at. before I
Episode
say
39.
I just
5
meant
minutes
like
in.
episodes because I've only seen about 10 of that one as well.
No, you're about to hit a point in Trigun where it just gets
because there's not many
like
episodes,
really
right?
dark.
There's only
There's
like
2 seasons of both, I think.
No, Cowboy Bebop's just
I think it's one long season.
Yeah.
But it's like the same amount of episodes, I think.
Yeah, it's like what, 26?
Yeah,
Give me
something like
this
that.
back in. All right. Well, I struggle to get this.
Anyway, I
back
tried
in.
to get back into Cowboy Bebop, but the first episode is so heavy.
I know.
It
but
ends
it's
in such like a heavy way.
It was like the best one.
It was awesome.
It's
but
so
like
good.
but like I was like
Yeah.
you know, like I was not expecting it to be. In my head, I was like, Cowboy Bebop was fun, and like there's some parts where it gets like heavy, but like but the first
Do you want some
episode,
help?
it's not.
No,
It's
it
stuck-
doesn't
it's
play
stuck on
around.
the sticky
It's not
of the
good.
other
It's stuck on the stick. Well, you shouldn't have taken the sticky off for a start. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, there's hair stuck to it. Yeah.
Oh boy.
The hair's extra.
Yeah. She signed it with her
All right.
follicles.
Next conversation.
You want to hear about the TVs?
Sure. Go for it.
All right, here's the deal, baby. So I've been on a journey to try to get myself an old school TV that won't flicker on camera.
This is actually relatable to the podcast.
Yes.
Because we've been struggling with
I
that.
kind of like a little bit of flicker or like a little bit of like the scan lines going up and down because that looks kind of cool and retro-y. But I've also always wanted a PVM. That's a portable viewing monitor. I guess it's portable because it has personal viewing monitor.
Yeah.
It's what they used to use in broadcast to like view what was going to go out onto TV. So it was like the best CRT tube TV that you could get at the time. And there's those Sony Trinitrons that just look iconic and incredible. They look like a piece of equipment. The problem is that even those are going to flicker on screen. And we shoot this at 60 frames per second. I shoot my videos at 24, and anything at 24 frames per second is probably going to flicker. Those PVMs, I think, are like 15 hertz at the lowest, which is gonna flicker. I talked to Shankmod because he is like huge into CRTs, and he said I should get a computer monitor one, but those don't look as good. They're not as good as the PVM looking things. So while we were at the con, I saw a PVM. It's a Sony one, but it was flat. It didn't have the curve on it. So I was like, what the hell is this thing? This isn't like any of the things I've seen, and it looks exactly like what I wanted. So E took out his camera and he started filming it, and it wasn't flickering at all. So we talked to the guy, and he said this is right during the transition between CRTs to like LCD screens. This is a Sony PVM with an LCD screen in it.
Sony LMD.
Get it
it's
right,
not-
Bob.
I think it's
Sony LMD. That's like what it's called.
I think it's PVM LMD. Okay. Well, it looks exactly like the PVMs that we're looking for, but the screen is flat and it's got an LCD in it. So I was like, I want that. Give it to me right now. And he's like, they're both. There was 2 of them playing a GameCube game, and it looked incredible. And he said they're both sold.
Oh, damn.
But he had more,
Okay.
and they were going to be like $200 each or something. And
have
so, and
I
they're
want one
tiny.
too.
Thank you.
They were 9 inches, which I guess would fit great in like a shelf. So he said he would have more, and he'd show us and give them to us when he got back, and they were $200 each. But then I looked at while we were at the Wings place, I looked on eBay and just found them for like $115,
Don't tell me
$145.
that.
Well, I bought them, and we're getting them. And I think E wanted to buy another 2 so we could stack them in like a quad.
That would look so cool.
It would look really cool. And I told Shank Mods, I was like, look, I found something that would be perfect because it's not going to flicker on screen because it's an LCD. And he goes, those are trash. The response time's horrible. You're going to see input lag, and the color's terrible. And I said, I'm not going to play anything.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
just
say.
sit in the
I was
background.
gonna say. You know, that's one of you using them for.
I don't think we might not use it for a set. We might get something else for that, but because it's a little small. Or maybe if we do a quad, maybe we'll do that. But it'll be on some videos at some point because it looks freaking awesome on camera. And it's cool to just have in the background. I don't know about playing on it. I'll try it and see how bad the input lag is. But that's been something I've been trying to get for a really long time. I didn't even know these things existed, but it fits that need for me so well. So I'm really happy. I didn't buy it at the con, but I bought it during the con.
I'm really happy for you.
Thanks,
I kind of
man.
want one just because you're so excited, even though I don't
Yeah.
know what
It's
I
so
would do with
freaking
it.
cool. But it's literally just for B-roll, just to like play some
Yeah.
retro games on it and
No,
have
it
some
would
cool
be cool,
shots of
yeah.
it.
Funny though, because I can tie this in to what the original topic was with the rare, expensive Nintendo things that we want. I want a TV. There is a TV that I want.
Is it can I guess?
Yeah,
Is it the NES TV?
It's the Nintendo Sharp TV, yes. That is actually the final thing in my, I would love that for a holy grail item. The reason why I don't have it is because it's a whole ass TV. And when I was like looking and buying and trying to get things, I didn't have a way of putting a whole ass TV into a suitcase and taking it home. But now that we've been situated for a while,
We live here now.
even when we were in Texas, I mean, I've been looking, but like the
Yeah.
price has shot up so much. It's like $1,000 now for one. If you don't know what this is another weird collaboration between Sharp this time and Nintendo. I don't know why this came about. There's probably a Norm the Gaming Historian video on it. But built into the TV in the base is an NES. And it's, I mean, that's just what it is. I don't know if there's anything I'm missing on that. Does it have controllers? Like specific NES Sharp controllers?
They're black. Like,
They're black.
Not normal color.
Yeah.
So our manager had one,
Yeah.
and he sold it at the convention
To Joel.
on the first day of the
Wait,
convention.
really?
No,
Yeah.
before. No.
Wait.
Joel,
before it?
Before the floor even opened, he bought it.
Who's
So
our
our-
manager?
Paul.
He sold one.
He sold one to the guy who puts on Long Island Retro Game
How much
Expo.
did he sell it for?
$1,000.
He would have sold it to me.
Yeah.
There was another person selling it, but it was like almost $3,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Is the Long Island guy planning on reselling it?
No, it's gonna use it for the con.
It's almost like a museum over there.
Dude,
at that
I talk to
convention.
Paul like every day. If I knew he had one, I could have sniped that.
Oh wait, he has
forever.
another one, but I don't know if he's selling it.
It's cool. The controllers also say game television on it.
It says game television on the
It doesn't
controller.
even have Nintendo logo on it.
That's cool.
That's cool looking. It is black.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Like it's actually pretty sick.
I like
That's sick.
those. Those look like the little handheld game. What, a Game & Watch?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what it looks like.
Did they make a Super Nintendo one?
No.
It's like ugly, right? I think they did, and it's just
Well,
ugly.
Sharp didn't make it. I don't know if
Right.
someone else made one. I've never seen that.
They also have those cool like demo units that you could put like 12
Yeah.
games in and press a button and it switches to that game.
I still
That's
want
cool.
one of those.
I saw some of those at the convention.
Jordan, do
Everything's
you have
expensive there.
Do you have a holy grail item left now?
There was something I was looking for at the con because I can keep finding them loose, but I want like a nice in-box one, and I found the Japanese version of it box, which is nice, but it's like it's always been less, and I can always find that easy. But it's a sealed Pokemon Pikachu N64.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of those. The orange one.
Right, that's what's the Japanese
Right,
one.
right.
Yeah,
And
the
then
blue
they had a
one's not as
loose
good.
of that like lighter blue one, which is cool too. But I first and foremost want at least a nice box version of the of that.
Why are you showing me the
found-
thing that I want?
They have a Sharp Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
thing.
there is a Sharp.
That's
Super
the thing,
Nintendo.
though.
It's a top loader.
Okay,
It just
I
looks like a
apologize.
TV with the little thing on the
I
top.
kind of like it.
Does it pop out? Or does it just sit there?
It
Just sits there.
goes attached. It's part
Okay.
of the
Okay, now I need that too, I guess.
Yeah.
You could
Kim,
have two like arcade style things set
That
up,
would
like
be
demo
sick.
units.
yeah.
Kim, I want to know your holy grail Nintendo item if you have one, other than the Arcanine.
What was that? What if you have one?
Well, I don't. That's nothing we've ever talked about. I don't know if
Oh.
you have it, but also you haven't shown us what you got at the convention.
What I got is not as exciting. I want Bubble Bobble 2 physical.
Yeah, you do.
It's
want
not
that.
the best game in the world, but I
Yeah.
want it.
How
I've
much
never
is
run across
Bubble
it in
Bobble
person.
2
A
on
lot.
NES worth now, just card
lot.
because it is very expensive.
Very spendy.
Do you want to talk about why you love Bubble Bobble so much, or why you want that game?
I used to play a lot of Nintendo games with my granddad, and that was one that we would play all the time.
Yeah.
That one and
500.
Snow Brothers, which is I don't know why I have 2 copies, but
Kim has 2
I-
copies of Snow Brothers. on
here's what I
NES.
think
That's
happened.
insane.
A several $100.
Here's
game.
what I think happened. My granddad loved that game, and I think he forgot he already had. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that looks fun," and then brought it home. Was like, "Oh, balls."
When Kim moved out to live with me, she bought her NES games. And
Yeah.
She bought Snow Brothers.
Yeah.
And then when recently your mum moved out and
We
took
found the
things
other
out
box of
farm,
games.
We found more NES games. There was another Snow Brothers, which is like one of the most uncommon NES games.
Yeah.
What the heck?
yeah,
What did you get? Show us what you got.
Oh,
What's this?
God.
What's this? What's in the bag?
I don't know what that is yet. That's
What's in
the
the
secret.
bag?
I bought this guy.
A little tiny.
I don't know
growler.
how much you
Oh
can
my
zoom in,
God.
E,
Little
but
growler.
So
that's
small.
Actually, it's
I think
micro
it's
growler.
from one of the little the Polly Pockets.
No.
No?
Okay. So something. This was my original Holy Grail, and I was able to get it at the end of.
This
Oh,
right
the
here,
Monopoly,
man.
not Monopoly, the
No,
one, the
but
game.
it's this giant. It's the collector's case, and it has 152 figures in it that are about that size.
think
The
you have
152nd.
that.
It comes
You
with a
have
bonus
that.
Togepi in the middle, It came out, I think, right at the end of the 90s,
you
early
have that.
2000s. I wanted it as a kid, and I saw it in a store. My mom's like, no. And then I never saw it again. And then it became like as much as Pokemon Box, if not more. And then I eventually, I think at the end of 2020, I was able to get one. And it was, I just got it from eBay. Finding a seller who had like a really good condition one for a good price. He took my offer because he had it really high. And I was like, knock off a little bit on there for me. He's like, okay. And I got it. Not only did I not realize when I took it out of the box I took it out was the original box it was sent to a KB Toys.
Oh.
So I kept that box. But it was funny because I know it's not the real person, but this had the same name, and it said it was from Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, what?
So I have a box that says KB Toys, the
That's
Pokemon
so
display
funny.
from
You know
Jennifer
it wasn't
Lopez.
the same person.
Does she live in Arizona?
Maybe that's like
Maybe she did.
Maybe the store when they're like submitting it to like get it sent to the
Yeah,
store,
fake
they just need to
names.
put a name, so they just put a
Jennifer
random
Lopez.
name. Yeah.
J-Lo.
So
Like J-Lo worked here.
when I get back to my place, I'm gonna go look at the Growlithe in mine and see if
Yeah.
it's that exact.
It has a
same
little
size.
rectangle hole in the bottom.
Mine's sealed. I'm not opening
That's
it.
why I thought it was from the
It comes
Polly
in a frame.
Pockets. That's another thing I want to get. I used to have a couple of them. They used to do. It was just like Polly Pocket, but it had Pokemon, and they were so cool. And they made so many, and I want all of them.
Kim's favorite Pokemon is Growlithe. /
Growlithe and
If
Arcanine.
you can't tell.
You know what?
Love,
Give me that. and I'll
love the
put it in
Fire
camera.
Boy. Here, there you go.
What else you get?
This.
Sorry, I'm watching them try and cut to Bob's hand.
There you go.
If you're listening to this, Bob's
Small.
hand is all up in the shot
small
with a
man.
tiny little Growlithe.
I think it is that.
That
Growlithe.
is.
I love his
him,
little
yeah.
cheeks.
There was a guy
He
selling
looks like
all
he's
the loose
mid
figures in
munching
a
a
bucket.
giant
Oh, that
nut.
makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Get to open
I don't
that.
like the way.
Now
I said
here's the
that.
thing, though. He had some. Thank you. He had some Christmas themed ones, which makes me wonder: did they do a Christmas themed box?
Not
but
that I'm
smaller?
aware of.
Because he had a lot of these, but they were Christmas.
Did you find it or?
Yeah,
It's the
Jordan's
same
got-
Growlithe
Yeah, it's
from
the
It
same.
is what you were
Whoa,
talking.
Yeah.
It's the same
You
Growlithe
actually
from it.
saw that Growlithe and knew immediately what
Yeah.
set it came from. You are the
Jordan
Pokemon
knows Pokemon.
guy.
This was like my most wanted item my
Can I
whole
see
life.
that?
Yeah,
It's
ever
super
since
cool.
my when I was a kid and I saw it in a store, and my mom was like, "No." I held a
now
grudge
I
forever
want
until the
it.
day I bought it. I said, "Look, Mom, I did it myself.
Oh my
I
god.
spent 10 times the value it was when it came out."
God.
Do people try to collect all of them to like complete a set? Like, is that
No,
gonna
most
be,
people
like-
just try and buy that because it comes in like almost like a case. Like if I took it out of the packaging, it's almost like a frame you can put on the wall. It's so they're all supposed to stay in there.
Oh, so it's not like
Oh.
gonna be frequent that one would be missing.
This does look
right. Sometimes
sick.
people
It
lose them,
does.
and
It is
so
really cool.
now mine doesn't have this, but a lot of them because people like left them out in the sun or whatever. For some reason, if they're just in oxygen, the like there's like 2 or 3 figures on there that lose all their color, and it's only the same ones. I think it's like the Squirtle and then Vaporeon lose like all their color.
That's probably the shade of blue.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
mine's because I've had it out of like obviously I cut it out of like the original KB Toys box, but I've had it pretty comfortably, placed somewhere, and it still
Yeah.
has the coloration on
How
it.
come
but-
Togepi was like the free?
I think it was because that was
When the movie
That-
came
yeah,
out?
that
it was when Togepi was first kind of around, and it was
Togepi
like a
the
new.
first of the next generation.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
the
really?
150 and more to see.
Yeah.
So that's where we got, the
Togepi was the more
Mewtwo,
to
He was
see.
and more.
Mewtwo, and then
Togepi's
we got
showing you more.
Togepi.
That was like the
Yeah.
mind blowing thing in the anime. You were like, "Wow, there's another one."
I knew one, and it's a
Oh,
baby.
That's cool. I don't remember that.
You don't?
I don't remember that moment.
Oh,
I remember the movie.
I do.
They got this during the show itself. Misty gets an egg, and then
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
And then
do
it
remember
randomly
that.
hatches.
I think the moment was lost. on
That
me. I
was
didn't get it,
lame.
but
I remember as a kid being
you
like,
thought it was gonna be some crazy.
yeah, because
Yeah.
she has the
What could
egg.
it
And you're
be?
like, what's in the egg? And then it's Togepi, and you're like, the
Legs.
egg is the Pokemon.
and then
You
Gen
kinda
2
hope
was
it's a
like
I
dragon.
hope something awesome like came out of the egg.
it was the tease for Gen 2 that we're getting baby Pokemon.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it was cool.
I
That's
love
what I
that
really
episode.
wanted. Were baby Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
what else did you get?
A cursed Kermit, because I saw him out of the corner of my eye. Was like, I need that.
You wanted $20 for that.
He did,
I
and
got him down to 15 because I said it doesn't even look like Kermit.
You can't just say that.
he
He
did.
said it too. He said,
Okay.
what did he say he called it? He's like, he calls it Chadmit or
You
something.
just go up to someone's artwork, doesn't even look like it.
He didn't make it. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
no,
It's
that's-
like
Oh, okay.
official.
That's an
No.
official
Okay.
thing.
Can you imagine?
I thought it was
No.
like you're like artist alley and you're like doesn't
No.
even look like Kermit.
No, he
Don't
had
even
a,
look like Kermit.
No, he had a
It's
butt
like
tag that said
$5.15.
"Made in China."
You're right. I kind of messed it up.
Yeah, now that you say that, I do see what you mean.
There were a lot of ugly plushies. Plushies are worth a lot for some reason.
Yeah,
I guess they're hard to make.
Yeah.
Ask Kim. She literally makes them.
That's true.
I'm in the
True.
process of having another one produced, and boy, howdy, are they expensive.
Boy, no.
Because they have to, stitch them individually.
It's not even just that.
can't
Right
believe
now,
it's
there's
Amazon.
like a shortage of shipping crates
Okay.
right now.
gosh
So the shipping costs more than having
What would
plushies
we do?
made right now. So
Without
it sucks.
Oh my god.
What
What
would
are
we
you guys
do?
doing right now? We're trying to have a
What
conversation.
would we
here.
do without Kermit?
Yeah, I still bought a comic.
2 minutes left.
Got a bunch
Oh,
of immature
this has been
people
a
here.
fun one. No, show
I
us.
did smack me. Bought a comic book. This
Let me
is
see. Let me see.
it's cool. It's
Ooh.
like she said it was a
Ooh,
murder
Wolfman.
mystery.
Yeah.
I bought it
Called
from the
Wolfman.
girl who
You
made
know
the
how you
comic.
thought I said that to a guy that made Kermit?
What?
This was in my head. I didn't say this out loud. But Kim went to this store
Oh, yeah,
and she
yeah.
went to buy this comic book.
Uh-huh.
And as she's
beautiful.
cashing out, this person goes, "You want me to sign it?" And in my head, I went, "Why? Who are you?" I don't know. And then I
her
realized,
comic
oh, it's her
book.
book. It's her book. It's her book. It's her book.
This
I
is
would
so
never have
funny.
said it out loud.
What
I
a
was just in my head. I'm like,
It's so cool.
why? Why would I want that?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
That's how jaded we are, right?
Right.
No, I just
Right,
didn't.
whenever you
I didn't connect the dots. It
Yeah.
was just a very slow process
Yeah.
in my brain.
No, I love her art. She was
Once
there
I
last
connected
year.
it, I was like, of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I was saying to Kim, I find it weird that she just doesn't sign them to begin
Automatically?
with,
Pre-signed.
because she's really setting it up for
I
someone
mean-
to go, nah.
I feel the same way. I used to make comics. I went to Comic Con in like 2011, and I feel like it's like weird. It's like, do you want? Like, I'm not anybody. I feel like I'm like
You
ruining
made
this
the
by
book.
signing it.
I think it's cute because, but you know, when you are a fan of like comic books and you go see someone who like worked on it, you'll go and get it signed. So
Yeah.
it makes sense, but I think she should just preload them. So she's
Or
not
have
setting
some
it
that
up
are
for
like
failure.
that already, so you don't have to ask. You
Yeah.
can be like,
Right.
do you want to sign
Yeah.
one or not sign one?
That's a good, yeah.
Yeah.
He got some stuff. He got the DVDs, for Super Mario World and Super Mario 3. The
slip
cartridge.
covers.
I have those
So do I.
somewhere.
all
I got
On
slip covers.
tape.
I think I have the slip covers too. Yeah.
These are very nice slip covers. This show
Not
is
lenticular,
absolutely
so
horrible.
sorry, not lenticular.
We can have these running on the PDFs.
I think I also have the. I do have.
Out of the GameCube.
I have the Zelda cartoon on DVD
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, so is that the CDI cartoon, or is that just a cartoon?
No, but it does look similar, weirdly similar. Also,
Excuse
speaking
me,
of things that are apparently
princess.
really expensive that I have the Cdi Zelda games,
He wants them.
and I've just had
How
them
much?
around. I think you were the one that told me that they're super expensive now.
They're like, yeah, they're like $400 or $500.
When I got them, they were maybe like 100 or something.
You know
Do you have the
why?
whole? Do you have all three?
I got 2.
Okay.
The third one is
Is Zelda right?
horrible.
Do you have the Zelda one where you play as Zelda?
No, there's 2. So you play as Link.
Yeah.
So there's one of Gamelon, and then there's Link's Adventure, or Link's of something. There, and you play as Zelda in one, you play as Link in the other. Then there's the really shitty, like, live-action Mortal Kombat style
What?
art, and that is your Zelda. But it's actual, it's like real people doing the cutscene.
Do you play
And
as?
it's like fucking.
Who do you
Zelda.
play as?
You're Zelda.
Oh,
but
hello,
you don't-
Zelda.
you
So there's
never-
2
Hello,
where you
Zelda.
play as Zelda.
You're gonna-
You gotta be careful because like it's broken. But I don't know what that one is in the value context, but
in the case, probably $400 or $500.
the other one.
Is that
So
the
I don't
one
have
with
any
the
cases.
one?
I have whatever that is.
Yeah.
But the other one has a green label, and
I
it's
have the
it's
demo-
in my box
I
of
have the demo
Zelda stuff.
disc of Wanda Gamelon.
Okay. Well, I have that.
I'm gonna put it in camera.
There was someone on Tumblr that was recreating those frame for frame, redrawing them so they
This
didn't
is
look
the
like
Zelda.
crap.
You play Zelda.
Oh, the cartoons.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, I have that one and the one with the green label. I don't have the third one.
Do you
I don't
want
have
the
any.
third one?
Bro, I don't
No.
want to open it.
I mean, like, I don't want you to go and buy it for like stupid amounts of price.
No, I wasn't asking for
to
like, would
complete
you
it.
like?
Sure,
Oh,
yeah, sure. If
yeah.
I find it,
If you
cheap
run
and
across
I
it
buy
organically,
I don't,
that's fair.
I always be
Yeah.
careful when I'm live or talking about anything. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I definitely want that. If I had that, because people will just send it to me. So
Or I buy it for
I
you
will
for
find
Christmas.
it
Well,
and
if they
I
send
will
you
buy it.
copies-
Yeah, I don't want to take people's stuff.
Yeah.
No.
I have enough money to buy any of the things I've talked about today. I just
Whoa.
don't want to because
And
it's
money
dumb.
to buy me stuff, right?
If anyone
Yeah,
has an
but
Arcanine,
I don't want to because that's dumb.
I have gone on Twitter twice shamelessly and be like, I would just like you to know if you have this.
you keep asking.
I'll buy it
people
from somebody.
about the Arcanine.
Yeah,
to
I will buy
from
it. I don't
someone,
want to be given it. I
but
want
no
to
one knows
pay
what
for
it
it.
is because it's so.
Give up
No,
the
I had
Arcanine.
one guy reply and be like, I got one, and then never heard from him again. I was like,
That is true. She was asking people online, does anyone have this to buy? Someone said, yes, I got it. And then he never replied.
No.
you got
Like
got.
a month later, he goes,
Yeah.
I have
feel a
good
little
news.
weird
And then
about
that was it.
Sometimes.
Good news, everyone.
He said what?
He goes, I have good news. And I was like, what is it? And that was it.
And then he just
That's the thing. I feel like a lot of people just want to talk to you, so
Yeah,
they'll
probably.
say,
But
like,
he
I have
didn't
it, and
say
then nothing
anything
will
else.
come
He
of
was
it.
like, I'll find it. He's like, good news. And then
in a month,
nothing
I'll write
else.
back,
And
I
I
got
was like,
married.
I sold it for a lot of money.
All right. Well, honestly, this
That's
was a
the
blast. I really like
That was
talking
good,
about all of this, and there's probably more we could, but we're out of time. And for those that get mad at me when I say that because they're like, this should be a longer podcast, I don't know.
We got things to do, man.
I got things to do. We're gonna
got
film
lives.
a bonus episode right now.
Bonus.
So, unless you're watching those, you can't complain. Bonus.
Bonus
Do
deal.
you two want to stay for the bonus deal?
I'll bonus
Sure.
around.
All right, we're gonna do a bonus right now. You can see it on Patreon if you're paying for Patreon. It's a low price of $5 a month. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll put links in the description for certain things we talked about today, like the
merch
carbies,
with that I'm not
the
wearing.
merch, the black shirts and the red.
Yes,
and
yes.
then I'll put the carbies down there when I remember the name and anything else relevant to the episode.
Black
that we
shirts
talked
were
about.
a joke.
Love you guys. Give us 5 stars. We bounced back up to number 2 on Apple Podcasts for a little bit there.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby. So thank you for all the love and support on the show in general. And
I gotta pee.
he's
And
got
I'm
to pee.
Jordan
I actually have to pee
Fringe.
as well. Oh shoot, you're right. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh my
Oh, I
God.
just touched your boob.
That's fine, right? That's okay.
Wait, you're my wife.
Bonus
It's okay.
episode.
It's
You touch my
Maybe
boob?
not on camera. I can even it out. Sorry. While what the heck just happened? While Bob is peeing, Jordan Fringe, check him out on YouTube. Thank you so much for being a guest. We didn't even get a chance to talk about your content, but the reason why you're such a Pokemon, what's the word when you know a lot about something?
Pokemon Master. It's right there.
It's just such
It's
a
right
Pokemon master is because you make a lot of content about 90s nostalgia and you love all of that and you make incredible videos. And
Yes.
I know I'm at the end of this now, but I love you so much and I'm so impressed by how you have grown as a creator and as a channel over the last year. You've blown up to 300 and something thousand subscribers. Your videos get as many views as mine do. You're absolutely crushing, and more often. You're absolutely crushing it as a creator. And if you like 90s and nostalgia and cartoons and that kind of crap, go and watch him right now on YouTube.
That was like the nicest thing anyone's ever said.
Well, I love you dearly. You are a very, very close friend of mine.
I
You were
love
the
you very
first
much.
person who came to see the new house as soon as
Yeah.
you could. You took us out to lunch, to dinner, and you paid for it and said it's a housewarming gift because you wanted to give us something. I consider you family, a friend, lifelong everything. You're a brother. You're amazing. You're part of this family right here. And I love you. And I'm sorry it took this long in the podcast to get there. Kim is also, you know who Kim is.
I exist
Check
as
out
well.
her Etsy, buy her Etsy stuff, support her. She makes YouTube videos as well. She's my wonderful, beautiful wife, and I consider her family too. So I hope so.
It's a family podcast.
Thank you for watching, and this was honestly nice not having Bob here for a bit.
Hey.
Honestly,
Oh,
He just
He's
flushed the
done.
toilet. I can hear it because it's whistling again. Bye.